Hello, idiots, and today we'll be talking about my newest project, Bandit and Claw, which is a short animation film. And when I say short, I really mean short, as it's only around about 45 to 50 seconds, and was a project that, a trailer that I've been really wanting to work on for some time now. Many of you might know the Bandit and Claw reference from one of my previous videos I've done in the past, and it's been an idea that's been on my mind, but I've just never really progressed with it until, I was lucky enough to be able to make a project about it. In the making of this project, I used softwares such as Blender as well as editing softwares to create the final designs, as well as using Metabang Paint, which is a software I love using for the character designs, as well as concept art and backgrounds to put into the final video. This project really challenged me when it comes to the creating of it, because I really wanted to get better at my animation skills. I have felt like I've come a long way from what I was doing last year, and I wanted to do better in this project, especially on how I wanted to make it like a movie trailer. I wanted to influence the idea of Bandit and Claw because it has been something on my mind. I was able to do that by making the characters more realistic in their poses, as well as making sure that they had eye movement and expressions, because I wanted to make them feel real, have their own personalities, their own charm, and I wanted to make it so they weren't boring, that the story had more, because it does. It really does. If I have the chance, I would love to expand on this series. I wanted to make a trailer where it really shines that there is a lot more to the story than what the actual video is saying, and the amount of questions I want to leave for the audiences. I really want to make it like an open book to what's going to happen next, what do the other characters mean, and what is going on with Bandit and Claw. And I think that went really well in this video. I also really liked putting little Easter eggs into the video, so like the Bandit and Claws wanted posters in the background, or maybe a character that is referenced to what's going to happen in the future, as well as the titles on the screen, because it kind of foreshadows what might happen or what is happening, but putting into words rather than action. So, for example, in the video, I use the words like bang to influence the sounds of gunshot to create more of a surprise and a shock factor to the video, rather than leaving it standalone and having the characters just use a gun, because I feel like it brings out the comic book art. So I really wanted bright colours and sharp designs while keeping the melatonin of browns and greys to link the colours to the characters. For example, in the shot with Bandit and Claw and how they're looking at the two moons, both of the moons are actually the colours of Bandit's and one of the women's clothing. And I feel like that's a little detail to show how the characters are linked in the way, and it is shown throughout the film on where you'll see two colours and it's like the same colours of the characters, but in just different places. And it's kind of to show the connection to the characters, as well as what the characters might mean together. So another example of this is in the Bang reference. It is Claws' skin as well as Bandit's t-shirt, and then another reference is the heels in the backgrounds is Poncho with Rose's shirt again. I feel like this really shows the connection between the characters and puts it into the audience's mind without them recognizing it in a way, because I feel like it's something that could be looked over, but it's kind of like foreshadowing what the story is about and what that story means to the characters, because the reuse of colors and that is to show the connections that the characters have to each other, as well as how it is to the story. And I wanted to really put that in because I love doing that. I love foreshadowing. I love hiding things into the story and making things connect without people realizing. because it's a little bit more fun and you gotta have the lore, you know? The pros, what is the negatives about this production? Well, one of the biggest negatives is the fact that I was very put off with voice acting. For this project, I wasn't unable to get others to help me out when it comes to the voice acting and preparation for this video. Put it simply, I didn't have enough time and a lot of people were busy. So in this video, I decided to do voice acting myself. It was tricky, it was something I put off, but knowing my Girl TV video, I didn't think that it was going to be as bad as the worst that I've done, because voice acting is something that I need to improve on if I don't have anyone else to record. But in the back of my mind, I was like, if I can do Girl TV, I can do Bandit and Claw, because that video to me is quite amusing. Yeah, that video is quite amusing to me in the audio. Another problem that I came across when it comes to this video was that some of the movements were a lot harder than I first expected. For example, on the action scenes, it took me a few goes to really show what action I wanted to create or get the action right on the recoil or how the character responds to the action. I still do think I can improve in that department because I do go back to poses that I've done or character styles that I'm used to rather than try something else out. Although I will say in this project I really did I really did new things when it comes to the the movements and flow. Although many of the movements are still referring to how my comic book is laid out, which is not a bad thing, but it's also not a good thing when I'm trying to improve and experiment with new art types. But I do think it does suit well with the project in general, and it kind of brings some comedy into the video, which is another thing that is just nice to see and bring something to the audience. In this project, I really wanted to try out new skills for animation. It's a funny situation because I know how to create animation, but I don't know any of the techniques behind animation. And in this project, I asked a lot of my classmates about the techniques used in animation so that I could basically understand what I was doing in a technical term, rather than just doing it, which is what I'm used to. It also helped me out in finding out new techniques like squash and stretch, which is something that I've been doing without even realizing, as well as bird scratch, which is basically when I start my sketches, I just roughly do it like over and over again until I get it right. And I didn't realize that was a technique. I did it. Yeah, it's weird. I know how to do animation, but I don't know any of the techniques, and that's something that I wanted to develop in this project. I spoke to my classmates a lot about this project because I was kind of like in the dark on how animation productions actually go, as I am so used to combining both medias of live action and animation. I wanted to make sure that I was setting things up for this production as an animator rather than like a filmmaker. And it actually surprised me on how little paperwork I needed to do, because it made it so that I had more time to work on the anime itself rather than work out what the safety or health is or where we're going to be going, because you're not going anywhere in an animation except for where you're going to go in your creativity in your mind. And in this project I really tried to expand on how creative I was and trying out. But in the end, this video would be posted on YouTube. It is too early and the video hasn't gotten enough views yet for me to actually sit down right now and tell you guys about it. but I will say that the audience did take my video nicely, although there was a few comments that I'm like, awesome, this is feedback, I'm gonna use this in the future, and I really hope to develop my animation skills more in the... I'm really hoping to develop my animation skills more because I love making short films like this and just want to get better at it basically. So my next target's probably going to be getting better at animation, figuring out how to draw better, and becoming more comfortable with myself when it comes to video recording and voice recording, which is what you could say I'm working on right now by doing this video, as it's been 19 minutes of recording and I've had enough already. So, but yeah, just getting more comfortable with recording myself and not holding back just because of whatever. I do want to get in contact again with the actors because it's really awesome just working with other people and seeing what they come out with, because there's been times where I've been doing projects and I haven't thought of something, but an actor is like, can I say this line? And I'm like, yes, you can, because that sounds really awesome. It is the one reason why some of the scenes in films are just so iconic, and I love that. Anyway, I feel my brain dying again, so hopefully this explains to you guys enough. If this was an interesting video to you, please comment, because I don't know if I should make more videos like this or if they're just a bit meh. Either way, I'm gonna probably torment you guys by doing more projects, because that's what I absolutely love doing. And see you next time.